There are certain characteristics that, in general, many German people seem to have in common. They seem to be part of a national attitude. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 traits and characteristics of Germans that I have really come to respect and admire. Some of them are smaller, more trivial things, but some are deeper. In fact, the last point on this list is pretty intense and could be considered controversial. However, I think it's an important thing to point out. So, here are 5 characteristics of Germans I really respect. Having a high standard of excellence. You know, the most respected Made in tag in the world of any country is the Made in Germany tag. Whether it's something physical that you make that's world-class, like German cars or German houses that are built and are meant to last a lifetime, or things that you don't physically make, that you can't physically touch. What comes to mind for me is a German friendship. Germans are typically slow to call somebody a friend, and that is because there's a high standard of excellence when it comes to friendship as well.
Man, don't film me when I'm in the sideline. Film me when I'm technically.
There's a great example. My good friend Nico Bang. He has a high standard of excellence and only wants to be filmed when he is performing in an excellent manner. There you go, Bang. There's Nico's excellent tackle. There's this standard of excellence that Germans have in many different aspects of life, and I don't even think Germans necessarily realize that they have it. But it is a common trait for people in this country, and it's something that I really respect and admire. So I played college football in the United States for 4 years, and this is a world where you have practices, lifting sessions, training sessions, meetings, all throughout the week on a very tight schedule. And we are taught during that time that being on time is being 10 minutes early. And this is something that I really value. Nothing bothers me more, well, I'm sure there's things that bother me more, but this bothers me a lot when people are late to things. And this is a very rare thing in Germany. German people are world famous for being on time and punctual. This is something that I absolutely love about German people. This is a characteristic that I really value. Now, the Deutsche Bahn the last couple of years, this might be a different story. Being late is wasting everyone's time. I love the way that our coaches in college would explain this. Say we have a meeting that has 45 people in it, and you're 1 minute late to that meeting, you just wasted 45 minutes of people's time. And this is how I always think about this, and I really value being on time, which means being 5 to 10 minutes early for everything, and this is something that I very much admire about German people. Look at all these people. They probably have no idea how much they're missing out by not using CyberGhost VPN. That guy probably accesses just one server instead of the 9,000 servers in over 90 different countries that CyberGhost VPN has. Man, that guy looks like he loves F1 racing. And if he had CyberGhost, he could switch his IP address to Austria and watch it for free on ORF. Or switch to USA and access many other streaming services that are blocked here in Germany. Man, oh man, and being able to read articles on websites that are geo-blocked here in Germany. Or to switch the IP address around and possibly find cheaper flights and hotel options for travel. That guy probably has YouTube Premium, but has no idea he could use CyberGhost to get it for way cheaper by switching to an Indian IP address and only paying €1.50 a month. So many benefits, not to mention the protection and security. This guy on his phone accessing Wi-Fi in public probably has no idea the security benefits of CyberGhost. I mean, there's a reason 38 million people use it. It's the #1 most recommended VPN on Trustpilot. And there's a strict no logs policy that prevents even CyberGhost from seeing what you do online. I mean, those 7 people right there could all share one account. And it works on every major platform. I should probably go tell them that if they use the link in my description, they can get 83% off and 4 months free, paying just over €2 a month. Plus a 45-day money-back guarantee, so it's risk-free. Maybe I'll tell them. Okay, back to the video. and preparing for things. Now, if you watched my previous video about the trip in Scotland with my girlfriend Laura, you will have heard me go on and on about the German characteristic of planning and preparing for things. And Germans really have this reputation of not really leaving things up to chance, but figuring out how things are going to go out and plan for what could happen, what you expect to happen, and preparing for things that maybe you don't even expect to happen. For most of my life, I've been more of the, hey, let's kind of just feel it out and let's wing it and see how it is the day of sort of mentality. And in certain aspects, I still am like this, but I have taken note of the German way of planning and preparing for things, and I've implemented that more and more into my life. Yeah, just overall, in general, the way that Germans seem to think ahead and plan things out is something I really admire. Now, I've talked about this quite a bit before in previous videos, but the mentality when it comes to a work-life balance for people in this country. I made a whole video about it going into more detail last fall called Why I Decided to Work Like a German, and that goes into a little bit more detail on it. But in short, German people are very good at working hard, being efficient and productive when it's time to work, and then stopping and resting and recharging when it's time to relax. And the thing is, Germans are pretty world famous for being productive and efficient, so this recharging and work-life balance doesn't seem to take away from German efficiency or productivity at all. In fact, studies show that it actually helps it. So this is something that I really admire, this trait and this attitude towards a work-life balance where you are working hard and productive, but you also are a human being and you rest and recover. Really admire the attitude that Germans have when it comes to this. So this one could be a little bit controversial, but I think it's important. And I've mentioned versions of this in the past, but the thing that I really admire about Germans is the balance and approach that people in this country have when facing and talking about this country's dark past. Every single country has a dark past, and I think some do a better job at handling it than others, and I think Germany sort of leads the world in that aspect. And there's a balance to doing this. There's a little bit of nuance when approaching a subject as delicate as this. And what I admire about Germany is the way that they do such a good job of educating their population on what happened during World War II and the Holocaust, studying it, having museums and statues and memorials and leaving up concentration camps that people can visit. Having all of that be a part of society and education, while at the same time not making modern day Germans who had nothing to do with this feel guilty personally about it. This is an important balance. You must educate because those who do not know the past are doomed to repeat it, but then you must also have a sense of moving forward and not forcing a population to feel a guilt forever based on their ancestors' actions. Of course, you're going to have some people on both ends of the extremes, people who say, you know what, stop talking about this in schools. We don't even need to educate people about it. Just forget it and don't talk about it. That's stupid. And then you have people on the other side that are saying, no, modern day Germans need to feel badly for this. And if you're a German, this is your fault. Also stupid. It's very important to find the nuanced middle, and I think Germany does a great job of that. And what makes me admire this even more is the fact that I think my own country does not do a good job of this. Like most of the other countries in the world, my country also has a dark past, but we struggle to find the nuanced way of approaching it and dealing with it in the way that Germany does. In the United States, the land of extremes, we love taking everything to the extreme. Your approach is either, slavery actually wasn't that bad, and we don't even really need to talk about it. Enough, just don't even talk about it. That's stupid. And then you've got people on the other side that say, if you are a white person, you should personally feel guilty for slavery. Also stupid. There is, like Germany has successfully found, a nuanced middle where you properly educate your population about its dark past that its country has, while also not making modern day people who had nothing to do with said dark past feel guilty about their existence today. I am always impressed and admire the way modern day Germans speak about World War II and the Holocaust in this country's dark past. Alright guys, I'd like to give another shout out to the sponsor of today's video, CyberGhost VPN, a great product that I use every single day, multiple times a day, and I highly recommend it to you. Use the link in the description to get a big discount, and it is risk-free. Check it out below. Alright guys, that's all for today. Thanks so much for watching my YouTube videos, I really appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you